Hey, I am Maya Spella Cullens, and I'm excited that you are watching Beyond the Ordinary on today. As you are aware, unfortunately, a lot of individuals are affected by mental health and substance abuse, but we're bringing real life stories, real events, and real people. So I come to you to save families, save homes, save individuals, and anyone that's affected, whether it's indirectly or directly. Today we have Brely Evans, and this is something you don't want to miss. She's been on Being Mary Jane, which is one of my favorite shows, and she has also been on Sparkle along with many other ones. So we are going to welcome her. Stay connected, stay tuned, and sit back and relax. Tell me a little bit about your relationship with your mom, your father, what that looked like growing up.
He was incarcerated all the way up until I graduated high school in 2001.
I knew it was a toxic relationship, and so I started doubting myself and thinking something was wrong with
you.
me. Exactly, thinking something was wrong with me.
Lead me up to.
But I got struck with a bullet. So the bullet went in and out of my hand.
Behind the scene, how did you feel?
It was a different feeling to have somebody be there with you, especially when I was back home. I had real family members and friends who didn't understand,
And we are back with Miss Brely Evans.
Yes.
I'm excited to have you on the show today.
Thank
Thanks
you
for coming.
having me.
No
I'm super
problem.
excited to be here.
No problem. So let's get right into it.
Please.
So we know that you've done a lot on television and Hollywood. Tell me a little bit about that experience and those pressures that you feel that you might have faced or challenges that have came upon you being in the industry.
You know, the initial pressures that I faced was being a curvy girl. And I felt like, oh, I need to lose weight and this is the expectation, and nobody's really saying anything, but it's probably what they're thinking.
Right.
But I began to book things based on being plus size.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, my very first commercial was a Twix commercial, and my line was, Pookie Pie, does my butt look big in these?
Right.
And then people would say, was that a padded butt? I was like, no, it wasn't.
That's all mine.
It's all me. But so there was that, and then after that, I did a few more commercials, and then my first movie was Just Right with Queen Latifah, who I so look up to.
Right.
Because her also being a curvy girl, I was just like, well, they let her in. They only
So
let,
why
right,
not me?
right.
Why
They
not
only
me?
let one of us in at
Right.
a time? What is it?
So how did that make you feel, Brely? Like, did it bring any pressures on you? Like, what state of mind did it put you in?
It put me in a state of mind of I wasn't good enough.
Right.
That's kind of where I was. But like I said, being that my first film, I think God ordained it for me to work with Queen Latifah first,
Right.
because that went right out the window afterwards. I felt like working with her gave me my wings, and I
Yes.
never needed to question how I looked or who I was ever again.
And you just kept going forward.
I just kept going forward.
That's
to that.
amazing. That's
Yes.
amazing. I know you did the Weight Watchers as well. Tell me a little bit about that experience.
I was actually the face of Jenny Craig.
Oh,
baby.
okay.
That was Jennifer Hudson over there at
Okay.
Weight Watchers, okay? But now it's my Auntie Oprah.
Okay,
Come on,
yes,
so we love
yes.
Weight Watchers. Let's be clear. But at Jenny Craig, I didn't want to be the fat girl on the set on the red carpet for the Sparkle premiere.
Right.
And literally, I was sitting home and watching TV on the couch, probably eating some chips.
That's
And-
all right.
Right. I'm gonna tell you the all the way truth. And the commercial came on for Jenny Craig, and the 1-800 was there, and I said, let me call it just to see how much it costs to get a little food. I know I'm about 3 months away from the red carpet and all. And I called the number and said, I have this red carpet coming up. I don't want to be the only fat girl on the carpet. And they were like, wait a minute, are you an actress? I was like, yes, I'm in the movie with Whitney Houston. They was like, ma'am, let me put you through to marketing because we don't talk
So you
to
call
talent.
on a regular call, just
Let me tell you.
just calling in to say,
Girl,
hey, I
call-
need some help. So when I get on this red carpet,
Called the 1-800 number.
Oh, wow.
Which that phone call turned into me being the face of Jenny Craig for 2013 and 14.
oh wow, that's
Yes.
amazing. That's
it was
amazing.
an amazing ride.
That's amazing.
I enjoyed it.
Coming up next on Beyond
who
Ordinary.
remind me.
Kept you humble.
When it's your turn, it'll be your turn.
Right, not to
so
worry.
maybe it's not your turn right now. Maybe this is your journey. So I hold on to that because there are times where I'm like, well, why they didn't invite me?
Right.
Or, I'm tired of being the +1. I want my name on the invite, you know?
Right, I understand
and
that.
so, yeah.
With being in Hollywood and being on the shows that you have been on and all the different accomplishments, how do you keep everything balanced and still keep your peace of mind? How does that look for you?
That ain't nothing but Jesus. See, that's who I am. I'm a church girl at heart.
Right.
Without my faith, I would not be able to do this. Being an actress is a complete faith walk. So I'm sure actors and actresses who are not of faith are walking in faith anyway. That's why they still, make the money and do the things that they do.
Hello and welcome. I am Maya Spella Cullins. I would like to give you a little information about why you should tune in to my show. We will be addressing issues from mental health to substance abuse issues every day that people struggle with. The truth of the matter is we always put it into a box where it's taboo in many cultures. We look at mental health and substance abuse as one form or one fashion, but not realizing that we are individuals that look just like me that can struggle every day with an issue and not know that it's a problem. So I'm talking to the sisters and brothers out there that are struggling with depression, where you can't get up out of the bed, you feel like giving up and you have no hope. I'm talking to the marriage couples that's out there that's saying, I'm done because of infidelity, because of issues that he or she struggle with. I am the one that you need to tune into so that you can get help. I want to help you, and I want you to open up and allow me to be in your living room at that place and time so that you can do whatever is necessary to save your life and save others around you. Hope is still available beyond your ordinary.
Are mental or behavioral health issues or addiction affecting you or someone you love? Are you or someone you love addicted to prescription medication? We can help. At Changing Phases Behavioral Support, Inc., our innovative programs combine the best of outpatient care in an intimate, welcoming setting. Serving Marietta and the surrounding areas, we have the privilege of having a host of experienced mental health professionals who specialize in implementing personalized service to reach the community at large. We encourage strong community partnerships and collaborations with our services and various unique programs within our agency for the purpose of enhancing and embracing the individual for a better future. At Changing Phases Behavioral Support, Inc., you will know that you are not fighting alone. To learn more about how we might be able to help you or someone you love, visit us online at www.changingphasesinc.com or call us today.
For more updates on the show, for more episodes, and to find out more about me, please make sure you log in to beyondordinary.tv.
Hi, I'm Brely Evans, and you're watching Beyond Ordinary with Maya Speller Cullins.
So have you ever had an experience where you felt like you were overlooked? Because it is a challenging field. There's so many different women and men, So how do you handle that?
I felt overlooked before and in this industry, but there's those small little voices in your head that will say, oh, they're overlooking you, or try to conjure up some of those things. But thank God for my team. Thank God for the people that I have, at home who remind me.
Kept you humble.
When it's your turn, it'll be your turn.
Right, not to
so
worry.
Maybe it's not your turn right now. Maybe this is your journey. So I hold on to that because there are times where I'm like, well, why they didn't invite me?
Right.
Or, I'm tired of being the +1. I want my name on the invite, you know?
Right, I understand
and
that.
So, yeah.
With being in Hollywood and being on the shows that you have been on and all the different accomplishments, how do you keep everything balanced and still keep your peace of mind? How does that look for you?
That ain't nothing but Jesus. See, that's who I am. I'm a church girl at heart.
Right.
Without my faith, I would not be able to do this. Being an actress is a complete faith walk. So I'm sure actors and actresses who are not of faith are walking in faith anyway. That's why they still, make the money and do the things that they do. Because it is definitely, you have to have this undying belief that something is coming next.
Yeah, just keep holding on.
That's it. Because once I finish a project, I am usually not slated to go into something else right away, but I have this knowing that when people say, "Oh, what are you going to do next?" I say, "I'm in between. I'm in between movies."
And whatever that looks like, that's what it is.
And so basically, that's calling that thing into existence because I'm saying,
which is powerful.
I'm in between movies, which means, oh, there's something. Come
something
on,
else
you
is
heard
coming.
it. That's it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's the phenomenal thing about it all. So one of the major things I know when I was looking at everything, and I said I have to ask you, being in a field or being in an industry where you have so many different personalities, how or what is it that you have seen one of your challenging situations, maybe not just you or someone else that you know that have experience, how does it work, or what have you seen as it relates to someone getting lost in the sauce?
Well, I would. That's so, I won't say what set I was on.
Okay.
I won't say what actor.
Okay.
But I did see someone not lose it because his character, the character he was playing, called for him to be that.
Right.
And so that's why it's so important for me to get to young actors so I can explain to them that this is a serious, this is not just learn some lines and go say them and keep going. It's not that. Some people are method actors. And what a method actor does is, do you remember the story about Halle Berry back in the day?
Yes.
And she went and slept on the street and didn't bathe for 3 days before her Jungle Fever interview?
Yes.
It's that kind of thing. Some people need to feel and
so
really
they can
walk in the shoes of the character, right? So we're on set and the guy was really walking in the shoes, see, of this character. And we're all like, okay, they yelled cut about 5 minutes ago.
And he's still doing it.
So it's just important for me, for my young actors, to really get to know themselves, really know who you are, your most authentic self, really understand you so that you can know how to come back.
Right.
Because sometimes we got to go there. I'll give you case in point on the show Ambitions that's coming up.
Right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Rondell Lancaster in the house. I play Rondell, and there's, I don't want to give anything away, but I will say there's a really challenging moment that happens to me in the show.
Okay.
And when it happens, I am the most lost, devastated, and just, I've just crumbled, right?
Right.
So and we have to do this take about.
Then this is about the show.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is me in the show, and I have just crumbled, in this as the character, right? But we have to do takes about 14, 15 times from every angle, and stop and do it again. But it was important for me to stay in that mode so I can, have each take be just as energy filled as the last, right?
Right.
Some producers came over, Brely,
are you okay?
Right. And I was like,
Right.
And they're like, oh, okay, she's just in it. She's in it, y'all.
You in your role.
So, but when you're in it, you really can't tell people I'm okay. They just got to kind of like, okay, we think she's still here with us. But there are times when you really have to go there.
So I'm going to ask you a personal question.
Please.
So when it comes to you do so much. So when it comes to you having that time by yourself and you needing a moment where you have to debrief, how hard is it to find somebody to talk to when you are in the public eye and you're supposed to be this perfect, ideal, curvy shaped woman? So when with knowing that, who do you run to? Who do you talk to?
I have learned a long time ago. See, again, I don't pull on people because, I just don't.
Okay.
And so when I have those real tough moments, I have learned that people are not. I've tried that. I'll say this. I tried that.
Try talking to someone, and it didn't work.
Those things don't work all the time. So then I just still rely on my faith in God. It's really like, okay, Lord, what was that?
Right.
What do I need to learn, and how do I get around and get out of this? Situation? I really take it to God. I really do.
So after you take it to God, and He sometimes don't answer right away, even though it's always on time. And what do you do next?
I stay in faith. I promise you.
Stay right there.
It might seem like, what, girl, you ain't. I'm not. And I will be crying. I don't have tinted windows on my car just yet.
Right.
I'm sure people are like, is that actress going by with the? I'll be in my car speaking in tongues and in my own zone, like really wrestling with the Lord, saying, I need you.
I need you.
So there have been those times for me. But again, I just haven't found refuge in people, whether it's my husband, whether it's my friends, my parents. No one has been that one to really, my parents can really kind of talk me off of a ledge a little bit.
Right.
But when I really get peaceful, is when I
you by
really
yourself.
meditate it down and
Right.
really get back connected to source.
So if you had someone that was out there that's struggling or have been in the same similar situation, and they say, "Look, that's me too," you know,
Yes.
I know you're familiar with the Me Too movement. Speaking
Yes,
of that,
speaking of that.
tell me a little bit about the Me Too movement and what it means to you.
Well, what it means to me is I'm so glad that we have come to a time where we can say what's really.
Yes.
You know, those casting couches needed to have stopped a long time ago. That was
I
one
know.
of my standards when I began to, desire this industry. I was like,
Right.
what I won't do is. Right?
Mhm.
I was like, that's not what's going to happen to me.
Right.
Now, I've been tried. I've been
Okay.
tested and tried
Tell me a
and,
little bit
and
about that.
approved. Right. I mean,
You're
from
just talking about the industry.
Yeah.
Tell me about men in the industry.
I
Not
have
bashing
been-
men, 'cause
not
we love
bashing men,
we love men.
yes, Lord, we do.
But tell me
Yes.
about your experience with that.
My experience with that was one guy in particular. We were on set and he wanted me to do something, and I was
Mhm.
like, no, and that's not what they paying me for,
Right.
and that's not in the script.
Right. So
And
do
he
you-
was like, just like he wanted to ad lib this moment that we was gonna have, and I
for
was
real.
for real.
Oh,
And
no.
I was like, that's not in the script. And then, and like
Uh-uh.
like every time they yelled, action, he was trying to go for it, and I was not having it.
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah,
it
you
was
had
like,
it. This what you not. Gonna
this
do.
what you not gonna do? Because my check, and first of all, no, they're not paying me for this.
I
But
get it.
But I still was like, no. And so I held my ground. And afterwards, I felt like, oh God. And he's
Yeah.
way more famous than I. I thought,
You,
I
so
may
you
not
had a,
work
so,
again.
yeah.
I may
yeah.
not get another job. He might tell somebody. I didn't know what was going to happen. Well,
Right.
thank God nothing ever happened. And later
Right.
on in life,
It happened.
something
To
else
him.
happened with him on another set, and then it was all over the news. And I said, now look
Oh.
at that.
See, and you didn't even have to say
And
that.
I didn't have to say anything. So
See?
I didn't come out in the Me Too movement back then, but I was like, look at that.
But do you see that often in the industry?
No,
Not
well,
just
for
on.
me, I think now, not for me.
Okay.
But I know that there are women going through it. Some of my dearest friends who are actresses have had the most horrific,
I can only imagine.
the most horrific stories about, you really want to make it, and you're in LA where,
Right.
prices are high to
so
live.
it's a lot of stress.
It's a lot of
pressures
stress,
of life.
and you might,
Right.
do a little something strange for a
Little
little change, girl. So it's
I
like,
know.
and you find yourself, what am I doing? And you're getting
Is this
lost
me?
in this thing.
Mhm.
Is this me? So I've had some friends to really have struggled with that. But again, I've had a couple of times where I've been tried, but thank the Lord,
Right.
none prevailed.
Coming up next on Beyond Ordinary.
And you were born on purpose.
That's right.
There was a lot of sperm that hit your mama egg, but
And
baby,
only
you
one.
made it.
Yeah.
You made it.
Only
So,
one.
only one. So count that as a blessing. Count that as something.
Right.
Like you're here on purpose. Like
Right.
remember that, and just be okay. Find that authentic you. And love on it, and love on that whoever
okay.
you are. Be okay with that, and just take your time. It's a marathon, as they say right now.
Right.
It's a marathon. It's a long journey. You have plenty of time to get there,
Oh, yeah.
and you shall.
Right. And,
Because
you will.
I'm here, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what? I'm on TV again. Come on, girl.
Right.
Stacy and Daryl are the perfect couple, with the perfect family and the perfect life. Or are they?
As the Lord professed unto me, he who findeth a wife, find a good thing. And I know I got a good thing in my wife.
If someone that you love hurt you, how far would you go to avenge your pain?
You made your own in this world, so why would you stay with him? Why don't you get you a little something on the side? What?
If you had an opportunity to pay someone back, would you?
Detective Claus, narcotics. I think you'll provide me with all the assistance that I need. It would seem as if Stacy's boyfriend is trying to expand his empire.
But this woman, she wanted everything. We should never brought her into this.
When your entire world has been built on lies, can you find your way back to the truth?
Don't run away from me. I want to know what that was all about today.
I don't want to talk about
Oh, you're gonna talk about it? Narcotics? Boyfriend? You have no idea how I can destroy you, do you?
And you have no idea what I'm capable of. What secrets will be revealed behind the veil?
Hey, I am Maya Cullins. Thanks for watching Beyond Ordinary. Please make sure you check out the website, beyondordinary.tv.
Hey there again, this is Brely Evans, and I want you to stay right there and continue to watch Beyond Ordinary and watch the rest of my episode. Do yourself a favor.
Are mental or behavioral health issues or addiction affecting you or someone you love? Are you or someone you love addicted to prescription medication? We can help. At Changing Phases Behavioral Support, Inc., our innovative programs combine the best of outpatient care in an intimate, welcoming setting. Serving Marietta and the surrounding areas, we have the privilege of having a host of experienced mental health professionals who specialize in implementing personalized service to reach the community at large. We encourage strong community partnerships and collaborations with our services and various unique programs within our agency for the purpose of enhancing and embracing the individual for a better future. At Changing Phases Behavioral Support, Inc., you will know that you are not fighting alone. To learn more about how we might be able to help you or someone you love, visit us online at www.changingphasesinc.com or call us today.
Stacy and Daryl are the perfect couple with the perfect family and the perfect life. Or are they?
As the Lord professed unto me, he who findeth a wife, find a good thing. And I know I got a good thing in my wife.
If someone that you love hurt you, how far would you go to avenge your pain?
You made your own in this world, so why would you stay with him? Why don't you get you a little something on the side? What? Mm-hmm.
If you had an opportunity to pay someone back, would you?
Detective Claus, narcotics. I think you'll provide me with all the assistance that I need. It would seem as if Stacy's boyfriend is trying to expand his empire.
But this woman, she ruined everything. We should never brought her into this.
When your entire world has been built on lies, can you find your way back to the truth?
Don't run away from me. I want to know what that was all about today.
I don't want to talk about
Oh, you gonna talk about it? Narcotics? Boyfriend? You have no idea how I can destroy you, do you?
And you have no idea what I'm capable of. What secrets will be revealed behind the veil?
Mental health is extremely important because I believe the African American community, we kind of suppress it and we don't talk about it, and it's kind of like what happens at home stays at home, and there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that happens in our households that we don't go out to get counseling for. And I want to be a voice that dispels that myth. We need to talk about it. We need to do something about it, and we need to stand up for it. So being in the entertainment industry, I have the privilege of playing many, many characters. And I like to say that I get to live 1,000 lives in my one. And it is important to me that actors who come after me know themselves. And so that's really what I like to teach, because I feel like we touch a lot of things when we put these characters on, and it can really deal with you mentally. And if you're not sound with who you are authentically, you can, go some places that you can't come back from. That's one aspect. And the other aspect is just, being a viable part of society and knowing that we all have some issues and everybody comes from a broken home. I don't care if mom and daddy were there. There is something dysfunctional about your family. So with that being said, I just want people to kind of embrace mental health and all that is encompassed with it.
So I know we got to wrap up. Yes. So tell me, if you had to tell a younger you that's coming into this industry, or a person that has been overlooked, or an individual that felt like they wasn't good enough, what are some words of encouragement that you would say to them?
I would tell my younger self, or those who are coming behind me, just slow down. You are enough.
It's okay.
You are beautiful, and just the way you are is perfect. And you were born on purpose.
That's right.
There was a lot of sperm that hit your mama egg, but
And
baby, you
one.
made it.
Yeah.
You made it.
Only
one. So count that as a blood. Count that as something.
Right.
Like you're here on purpose. Like remember that, and just be okay. Find that authentic you. And love on it, and love on that whoever you are. Be okay with that, and just take your time. It's a marathon, as they say right now.
Right.
It's a marathon. It's a long journey. You have plenty of time to get there, and you shall.
Right, and you will.
I'm here, and I'm like, what? I'm on TV again. Come on, God.
Right, and he keep doing it.
He keeps doing
over
it
and
over and over.
So, Brely,
yeah.
How do we keep up with you? How do they find you if they want to reach out?
On all social media platforms, it's just Brely Evans, BrelyEvans. It's me.
Right.
I'm not big enough for an assistant just yet. So get me while I'm cheap.
It's coming. That's coming.
But yeah, on all social media platforms, it's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, just Brely Evans, and the BrelyEvans.com for my website.
Well, I thank you for being on the show today. I'm excited. Your story is obviously phenomenal. It speaks to hearts to so many people, whether they in this industry of entertainment and Hollywood fame and fabulous, or they your everyday front person that you checking in at the front desk. So the message that I'm glad today that we were able to deliver, that it doesn't matter what walk of life you come from, remain authentic, remain being you, love on you, and whatever that looks like, be okay with it. So the ones that's out there, they either have to hate it or love it. If you can't talk to nobody, you can't trust in anyone, then you can always count on God, but you can also seek out for additional services and help. So look in your city, look in the areas that you're at for those resources, because it is resources available in a clinical atmosphere, and they have ethical standards. So I know in our community it's kind of taboo because what go on in our house,
I said
it's stay in our house.
I said that just 2 years ago.
So we don't talk about it, and it puts us in a state of mind where we feel like we're ashamed and we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to hear it. We kind of sweep it up under the rug.
Right.
So then we get in situations where men say, this is what you need to do, and you feel like, hey, in order for me to make it, I may have to
do this.
But that shouldn't even be a factor. So we are going to break the barriers. We are going to set the tone, and I'm so glad that you are here today sharing your story, and hopefully you guys have been blessed. Have a good day, and thanks for coming and watching with us Beyond the Ordinary.
Bye.
Next time on Beyond Ordinary.
Yeah. And I know with depression, it's not something that you get over overnight.
No.
It's a process.
Yes.
So did you go to counseling? What would you recommend?
I did it all. I went to counseling. I went to therapy. I did it all. I did devotionals. I read books. I did everything that used to give me joy.
Wow.
Again.
Wow.
And so the things that used to make me happy before I was depressed, I had to pull on
them
those
back.
things.
And that use that your strengths.
Yes.
That's what made you be who you are today.
Absolutely.
And you still kicking. That's an amazing thing. So I have a question. So when you talk about, all the different things that you experience, you in the church eye, how some people say pray about it and leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
What's your opinion about that?
To each its own.
Hello and welcome to Beyond Ordinary. I am your host, Maya Spella Cullins. If you're looking to be a guest on our show, do not hesitate. We want to hear from you. Go to our website at beyondordinary.tv.